Warning! The Stone Age Gamer podcast includes a lot of bad language. Cover your motherfucking ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer podcast. I'm Kris Randazzo and joining me tonight is the biggest brain, Dan Ryan.
Aw, thanks, man. I was going to keep my brim down, so it's like the fanatic is talking the whole time. That seems...
Love that. Love that for you. Once again, another month has come to a close, which means it is time for us to present this month's 10, 20, 30, 40. Will this month bring anything interesting? Make sure your number 9s are as mighty enough, because the Stone Age Gamer podcast starts now. Yeah. They're mighty. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Hi, everyone. This is episode 624. It's the week of June 26th, 2026, and welcome. For anyone new here, this is the official podcast of StoneAgeGamer.com. Dan and I talk every week about what's happening in the world of video games from a retro gamer's perspective, as well as whatever the hell else is going on in our lives. Speaking of which, by the time you listen to or see this podcast, the listener, I will be another year older. My birthday's on Monday.
Very exciting. Yay!
Yes, we need to get me to Red Lobster, because that's my annual tradition. I eat dinner at Red Lobster, even though I live at the South Jersey Shore, where there's lots of, like, real good seafood all around me.
Actual seafood?
It doesn't matter. Red Lobster is where I go for my birthday every year. It's a tradition dating back to before times, long, long ago.
Back in those precedented times?
Yes. Back when things were quite precedented. There was precedent for precedence. Dan, you have informed me that you have finally seen Masters of the Universe. Please, let us talk about this movie. What did you think?
So, I really liked it. I really loved it. I loved it. I really genuinely enjoyed my time. I don't think it was any good at all.
I disagree with you. I very much disagree with you.
But I had a very, very good time while I was watching it. I think so let me start right with the Jared Leto sized elephant in the room when discussing a project that involves Mr. Leto. He was fucking great. Skeletor was awesome.
He was a good time.
It was really good. Like I really enjoyed it, except for one line. There was one line when he said balls. I was like, I don't care for that. I don't care for that.
I laughed so fucking hard. Oh, balls.
Yeah, like I didn't need that in my Skeletor. I liked that he felt it felt very much like they were doing a not high-pitched version of the cartoon Skeletor. Like, he calls him a bumbling boob at some point. You know, like I was super into that, and he looked good. The effect on him looked great. The eyes in particular, I thought were so fucking cool. Like, just Skeletor's red eyes, like, tracking things. It was just, it was wild.
Was goofy enough, but just goofy enough. He was goofy enough to be funny and weird, but still, he was never not imposing.
Yeah.
Which was, he was just perfect. Just nailed it.
The issue that I have with it, like, why I say it wasn't good, it more comes down to, like, the actual story. And it is what I return to with all of these things is just tell the story. Don't add new shit that's unnecessary. 'Cause, like, so spoilers for the Masters of the Universe movie that none of you have apparently gone to see. It is not done well, you fucks. Go see this movie so we can get a proper sequel. They're going to make a sequel anyway. It's Amazon. They don't give a fuck. So as we start the film, right, with young Adam being a skinny little kid getting trained by Man-at-Arms, he is not a good fighter, very obviously, right? Like, he's a little kid, can't fight. His dad, King Randor, is kind of a dick. It really doesn't jive with the explanation that they present later in the film of why he was a dick. Because, like, there's just none of that behind the performance. He just comes in and he's like, you fucking piece of shit. Get up, stop being a fucking pussy. Like, it's like, okay.
Turn around. Yeah, he's...
No, there's no love, there's no feeling. Like, he's just very, very cold in that moment. And Skeletor, right, so Skeletor attacks, all this shit happens. We kind of speed run the beginning of the movie. And then here is where my first, like, major, like, plot or story problem came up, is Prince Adam's mother is from Earth. She is an astronaut that ended up in Eternia, right? Like, this is part of the lore. As they are trying to find a place to send Adam and the Sword of Power away from Skeletor and hide him until he's strong enough to return and fucking whatever. Marlena turns to the sorceress and says, we'll send him back to my planet. Right? We'll send him to Earth. And then they fucking never mention that again. That just doesn't have anything to do with the plot. And the problem with that is that they then spend 15 years being like, well, I wonder where the fucking Sword and Adam are. That's weird. Nobody could find them. This fucking nobody. It's just never ever brought up again. It just, we'll send him to my planet, and then we see Adam on Earth, and the whole Earth sequence.
Okay, before you get to the Earth sequence,
okay,
let me just present an opposing viewpoint there.
Okay.
Did she ever tell anyone that that's where she's from?
In the movie, no, but maybe.
But maybe not. That's what I assumed.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
She's been in Skeletor's captivity, so it's not like anyone could ask her. Skeletor, she was not going to tell Skeletor, so...
I mean, she might have. You know, if you torture her enough.
Clearly, torture would work for some people.
Very obviously, torture would work for most people.
Yeah.
So then we get about, like you said, like your prediction, I think, was about like 15 minutes or so that we're going to spend on Earth. And that's really about all that we spent on Earth. And part of... I liked... It was fine, but
it was fine. But it was worth it.
Didn't add anything to the story other than an excuse, I guess, to get Dolph Lundgren in there.
Sure, but it also set up, business Skeletor at the end, which I say would have been worth. That would have been worth an hour of him on Earth. That would have been worth any price, as far as I'm concerned. That joke
definitely would
at
not
the
have
end,
been.
where he is standing there, was just
that was outstanding. Yes,
and he's like, "What even is this?" This is so just bravo. I felt similar about the Earth thing. Is like as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I really could have done without it. Like, I guess I understand, like, they had to send him somewhere, and that's the thing that you can do, and it calls back to the original movie, whatever. It just still didn't sit right with me. But as soon as that joke happened, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Don't care. This was worth it.
It's fine. I mean, so, like, what bothered me about the whole on Earth sequence, though, like, really is that it didn't add anything to the story.
Yeah, not really. Like, he could have been anywhere. It didn't have to be Earth. He could have been... He just needed to be away. And
right, which could have been done in any number of ways. The story of, like, Adam not being ready to become He-Man, right? And I do love the way that they handled that. Like, you had a name for yourself, didn't you? Yeah, it was He-Man. Like...
all the fun names. Oh, yeah, God, like I love how it knew how goofy this shit was. Like, out the gate, it knew exactly how goofy Master of the Universe is. Like, don't take this too seriously. Have fun with it. And they did. It was such a fun movie.
It was. And like once we got back to Eternia, like once Tila shows up and Beastman is like I had a lot of questions at that moment. Like, what the fuck is happening on Earth now? A giant, like an 8-foot fucking hairy fuck just came and was terrorizing Oklahoma City, because why not? That's where he is. And a hot chick in a spaceship showed up and took Adam away. Like, what the fuck? What is happening on Earth right now? What must they be thinking?
It was Earth 616 from the MCU. Nobody even batted an eye.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, maybe not.
It's just like,
I would have been happier with the Earth stuff if, like, we would have seen Adam, like, training, right? Like, he was lifting weights, and there's a nice Dolph Lundgren cameo, and, you know, all of that shit. Mm-hmm. That went on just a few seconds too long. Like, it was
just
like
a little, just a smidge.
And that's ultimately where I feel like why I say this was not a very good movie. I loved the shit out of it because I got to see all of this shit look really cool and be treated respectfully and all of that. But everything in this movie, like, this is a 2-hour and 20-minute movie that could have been like a tight 2 hours, and it would have been like every scene I feel like is just like, we're still going with the scene. Okay, we're gonna do a few more seconds here. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, and now we.
I would agree with you, but I don't think that there's enough of that to say that it wasn't a very good movie. It's definitely a flawed movie.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
not
that's
a masterpiece, but I feel like going as far as say it's not a good movie. I just have to hard disagree with that notion.
I mean, maybe maybe that is too harsh, but
its like biggest sin is being too long.
Is overindulgence, right?
Like, yeah, overindulgence.
I also would have really liked if the Earth sequence would have had him like I was going to say, we see him training in the gym, like lifting weights and getting bigger, but not like learning how to fight. Yeah. And that was very clearly established that he sucked at that. And then, like, he sucked at that. He knows that Skeletor is there. He's trying to get back to fuck him up. I'm not going to, like, study jujitsu or some shit, though. Like, I'm just going to get bit. Anyway. But then once we get back to Eternia, I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, I'm well in. This is awesome. It's great. It looked so fucking good. Like, everything just looked really good. The first transformation, even though it was, like, a little weird, like, I didn't need to see him get bigger. Like, I know he just gets a little bigger, you know, like, that was kind of a weird use of special effects budget. But then Grayskull appearing behind him in the smoke as he transformed, I was like, fuck, yes, dude, like, this is just so good. And then I just enjoyed the ride. I just really liked it.
Everyone was good in it. I absolutely love Alison Brie. I don't know that I bought her as Evelyn. Like, there was just something
I think she was having fun.
Oh, she was definitely having fun. But it was like, the whole time I'm like, it was very Alison Brie and not like, you know, Idris Elba was Man-at-Arms, but he was Man-at-Arms, you know? Like, eventually it just kind of disappears into the role. And I never didn't see her as just Alison Brie, Zoya the Destroyer, you know? Like, just,
yeah, that's fair.
It didn't really bother me because, again, she looked like she was having a blast, and everyone was having a blast. I could have used more Orko. I'm just glad he made it into the movie in the end. I loved Orko as a kid. I hope that we get to see more of him in the sequel. I could have used a Battle Cat transformation. Would have liked to see him, you know.
I would have liked to see that. Like, don't show me Adam turning into He-Man. Like, he's already a big dude. I got it. Like, but show me Cringer fucking bulking up, and because that transformation sequence is so iconic in the cartoon, and the sound of the sword as it goes as he points it at Cringer and he fucking becomes Battle Cat and all of that shit. Like, it ultimately, like, this was very much a live action version of the original cartoon, not the 2002 cartoon, not the 2024 or whatever Kevin Smith cartoon. Like, this was very much a live action version of the original cartoon, for better and worse, right? Like, all of the silliness and the goofiness of it, which I love and think is great, and all of that. It was awesome. I have to watch it again. Like, obviously I'm gonna, like, I can't wait to get the 4K and sit in my house and watch this and whatever. I don't think I liked the soundtrack very much. I don't remember most of it. I remember, like, there's definitely, like, or at least earlier on, I remember thinking if there were some really cool 80s sounding tunes. John really liked the soundtrack. That was something he pointed out to me during the movie. It was like, the music is great. And I was like, yeah, it is pretty good. It's like a lot of 80s synthwave sound and stuff. And of course, the Master of the Universe theme, reprised several times throughout. Yeah.
I don't remember any of the needle drops, to be perfectly honest with you. I know they were there, but
the Queen Princess of the Universe was really good. I really liked that scene, but again, like, I didn't, and it was the Guardians of the Galaxy, the team is slow-mo walking in the whole thing. Like, I really dug that scene, and that was like their coming out moment and whatever, and they've just broken out of prison. But then they start, like, choking on the smoke and, like, coughing, and I was like, fuck, man, like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, I get it that's probably what would happen in that moment, is you'd be, oh, fuck, Jesus Christ. Like, but it doesn't look cool. Like, this was...
It made John laugh, and therefore it made me laugh. So I didn't think anything of it because it made John laugh, and therefore I was laughing too. So I thought it was great. But yeah, I imagine if I had seen this scene by myself, I probably would have felt a little bit differently. Yeah,
like Tiff and I went to see it. Like, the kids were at school. I played hooky, and we went to see it on Monday.
You didn't pull them out of school to see it?
So
you're missing school for this, kids. This is important culture stuff right here.
I thought about it, honestly, but the reason I didn't is because I didn't want them. I'm so traumatized from the Frank Langella debacle that was the original Masters of the Universe movie. As a kid, I walked out of the theater at like 8 or 9 years old and was like, that was a fucking piece of shit. I fucking hate this. Fuck you for taking me to see it, Grandpa, you dickhead. Like, I was so fucking angry. And I was fairly confident, right, that this movie was not going to be that. I don't know how you could make something that bad again. But I was so concerned that I was going to, like, just be crushed by it, that I didn't want the children to be there for that and have to pretend that it was okay, like, which is weird, but he's right back there. Like, this shit means something to me, like, at the end of the day, this is kind of a big fucking, like, part of my life. And I was just, I'm very excited now to watch it, though, with them at the house. Like, we'll sit down, we'll make a fucking event of it, and that'll be awesome. Mechaneck was fucking cool, like, just whipping his big dumb neck around and slapping the shit out of people.
I was very sad at the treatment of now I can't remember his goddamn name. He was like my favorite figure when I was a kid. Green was my favorite color. The swamp guy.
Mossman.
Mossman. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he was like my favorite figure when I was a kid, because green was my favorite color. So I freaking loved Mossman, and then we turned him into mulch. It was like, no,
yeah, Mossman! That was pretty fucked up. I was brutal. Like, in that, it's kind of a weird movie tonally, right? Yeah. Because, like, it's got a lot of these gags, but then Tila calls Cringer a pussy. Like, not a pussycat. She very just clearly...
Oh, yeah. They walk right up to that line.
You're a pussy ass bitch. It was like, whoa, dude. Holy shit.
All the fisting jokes. Just the fisting jokes were very funny.
The Spikor shit, like, it was funny because, like, he, like, got stuck in the ceiling because he's covered in fucking spikes and whatever. And then he's got, like, the bandage wrapped around his head the next scene. And then the following scene, he's, like, pulling dudes off of his spikes that are very clearly dead, impaled, like, and he's pulling them off and it's very serious. But like a minute ago, it was like, this is so funny because he's stuck to the ceiling. I don't know that they, when we walked out of the theater, Tiff was like, well, what did you think? And I was like, 2 of the 17 movies that they made in this movie, I absolutely loved. 14 of the movies that they made in this movie, I really, really liked. And like 1 or 2 of them, I was like, I don't really need the fart jokes. You know what I mean? Because there's so many different things fucking happening in this movie. It is just a wild tonal experience.
And I think it really worked at being that because, again, it is for us, but it's also, you can tell that there was an effort made to appeal to the kids that people our age were going to take to this movie, to make it in something that they would enjoy. And my kid enjoyed it, so
I look. At the end of the day, I walked out with a big stupid smile on my face and was like, I mean, fuck, man. It was a lot of fun. It was
such a joyful, fun, colorful movie.
Yes.
Like it was just fun. Like that movie has just been sticking in my head, and we were getting all these trailers for like the second live action season of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it's like the first season was solid, but the color difference between the two of those shows, like these are both based on cartoons, and one of them is very desaturated. And one of them's like, fuck it, we're adapting a cartoon. Let's do it. And
and they fucking did it.
I love how much they embraced everything that this is. So, very, very, very happy.
The end of the mid credits and end of credit shit was really good, and like obviously sets the stage for future sequels that I do really hope we get. I'm sure we will. It's Amazon. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the notion is, I just keep seeing stories that are popping up saying that word is that Amazon is going to do another one because they fucking want to. They believe in the brand, and they think they made a good movie, and they think it's going to find its audience eventually. It would suck if it didn't make it into theaters, the follow up, but as long as we get one, because this was just fun.
I agree with that point, though. I do think that this is a movie that over time is going to really like grow in popularity. There is no sugarcoating it, right? It is doing fucking awful at the box office.
It is bombing.
Like, it is bombing hard. I think this movie cost about $170 million, like all told, marketing, all that shit. In order for it to turn a profit, it has to make somewhere in the neighborhood of $330 to $350 million, right? In order to turn that profit, because theaters get their cut and all the other things that go into how movies are successful, right? At this point of recording here on June 19th, the film has made $89 million worldwide. Mm-hmm. Not even fucking close. Like, it's just not even fucking close to being profitable, which really fucking sucks, because it's not a bad movie. Like, this is a summer popcorn fun movie. Like, it,
Yeah, this was exactly what it needed to be.
It was. I will buy the shit out of this when it hits Blu-ray. I'm excited about it. I do hope we get more. I'm very sad my theater had no merch whatsoever. My
theater had a bunch.
What's that?
My theater had a bunch.
No,
it had the Castle Grayskull. It had at least 2 other items, but I can't remember what they were.
There's a giant fucking fly in here again. I was doing work in the garage earlier today, and I had the garage door open, and a giant fly has moved in, and I'm going to murder him at some point on this podcast. I'm very excited about it.
That's what the listeners are here for.
It is definitely what they're here for. So Master of the Universe, it's great. You should go see it. I did also, so we saw that on Monday. On Sunday, I took the kids to see Backrooms because they had really, really wanted to see that. And that movie was fucking awesome. It was so good. Chiwetel Ejiofor is fucking putting work into that film, dude. Like, he is... It's impressive. The journey his character goes on, then the you can see, like, the eyes as you're watching this movie, you can see him just kind of slowly slip into badness, and it's like, fuck, dude, he is putting on an acting masterclass, and it was just a really, really cool movie that I think more people should watch. I don't think you would like it very much, Kris, but it's not your type of thing. But
not everything is.
Because it's not like it's a horror movie, but it's not like a gross boo horror movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of a mindfuck kind of horror movie. It was really cool.
Oh, glad you liked it. I'm glad they liked it. But we've got work to do.
And that was a lot of intro to talk about the 10, 20, 30, 40.
It was indeed. But here we are, 10, 20, 30, 40 time. Let's get cooking. So basically the way this works, if you've never been here before for the 10, 20, 30, 40, is we talk about notable game releases from decades past.
Not burying the lead.
Nope, that is what it is. Yes, indeed. And we've got some good stuff on tap tonight. Let's see here. What is this one? This is the 90s. This is the 2016. So we're going to start with the 10. So we're going to go back to the year 2016. I didn't do my notes the way I usually do, so let's see. We're looking at PC, PS3, 360. Wii is still out until October. PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, Ouya, 3DS, and PS Vita for the June of 2016. So let's start. Let's see. Was there anything in June down here that I need to pay attention to? Boopity-boopity-doo. Quack. New hardware, that was 2006, so we'll wait on that. Oh boy, yeah, we got a couple things in the weird categories, but let's kick things off with, what is this? What platform is this? PlayStation 3. In June, PlayStation 3. Why am I here? See, I had these all organized, and now they're not. So, North America, PS3 games, 2016, the year of our Lord. What came out in June? June, there we go, June 28th. Oh, A Boy and His Blob came out for the PS3 in June. What else came out? See, this is one of those ones that I switched over to Wikipedia for reasons unknown. I make bad decisions when I don't sleep. June 2016, we also got Guilty Gear. How the frig do you pronounce XRD? Sherd? Guilty Gear Sherd Revelator. What? Third?
Yeah.
How does XTH?
I don't know. That's how I've always said it.
It's Sherd. Damn it. It's Guilty Gear Sherd. I think that's
Guilty Gear's great.
PS3? Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Is this still PS3? Did they really? Yeah, they did. They split PS3 into like 4 different things. And so I loaded up these, this is why I stopped doing it this way, because I loaded up the spreadsheets that are on Wikipedia, and for some reason they just reset themselves later in the day, and it just makes me sad. We also got Odin Sphere. Odin Sphere L-E-I yeah, sure. Mighty Number 9, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Boy, oh boy. Mighty Number 9, huh?
I mean,
I think this is just it coming out on that platform. I want to say this isn't the week, this isn't the month where we got it on all platforms, but I could be wrong.
Anything else? Don't know that there's a game I've been more disappointed by than Mighty Number 9? If there is, it's a very short list.
Yeah.
Because that game fucking sucks on toast.
Yeah, I really wanted to love that game. I loved the notion of it. Like, Capcom was just refusing to make Mega Man, and fine, screw it. We'll bust off and make our own Mega Man. And they, it came up with a really good character design, and that game just was fine. Oh, also, X-Blaze Lost Memories. That also happened. It's a visual novel that I don't know at all.
No.
But it was from Arc System Works, so good for them.
I mean,
that's the PS3. Not a huge month, but
not a ton to be excited about. But not a ton. I mean, Guilty Gear is always good. Mighty Number 9, we didn't know how bad it was going to suck at that point.
Right. We were still pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
June 2016 on the Xbox 360, we got Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
And to be fair, I know you don't love those Lego games, but they're fun.
We also got Mighty Number 9 on the old Xbox 360, and that appears to be it for the 360. Just those two games. That's not great.
That's not great. No.
Yeah. But that's the previous generation. Let's talk about the current generation. So PS4.
The PS4, obviously much better.
PS4, we've got fat stack games. See, we've got Dangerous Golf, Art of Balance, Hard Reset Redux, Atelier Sophie, The Alchemist of Mysterious Book, Phoenix Furia, Guilty Gear 3rd, Assemblance, Deadlight Director's Cut, Drawful 2, Electronic Superjoy, what the hell?
Oh.
Okay, sure. Grand Kingdom, and that appears to be it for the first half of the alphabet. What about the back half? That's what I always ask. What about the back half?
It's the only half I'm interested in.
June, still more. All right. Retsnam, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Oh, I remember Mirror's Edge. Remember when EA used to make new things? That was fun.
I do. Yeah.
Odin Sphere, Soul Axiom, SteamWorld Heist, Professional Farmer, 2017, Tour de France, 2016, Trials of the Blood Dragon. Sorry, this list doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be in chronological order, and then it jumps right to Skylanders Imaginators in October, but then back to June. Whatever. Mighty Number 9, Pac-Man 256, Umbrella Corps, Nero, Rugby Challenge 3, Pharaonic, Prison Architect. Oh, and Resident Evil 5. Oh, this is just the PS5, the PS4 port of Resident Evil 5. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal.
It's fine.
It's not great.
Yeah. Not much to write home about. Let's see how the Xbox did. How the old X-Bone. Fragments of Him, Among the Sleep. Anima, Gate of Memories, Dangerous Golf, Hard Reset Redux. Kick and Fennec? Phoenix Furia, Color Symphony 2.
Fennec thing. That was like a little co-op platformer.
Oh, looks like it also came out on PlayStation Vita at some point. Hearts, Co-Hope Puzzles, In Between, Ducati 90th, Dovetail Games, Eurofishing, Grim Legends, The Forsaken Bride, Bard's Gold, Deadlight Director's Cut, Drawful 2, Into the Belly of the Beast. Oh, this was my birthday. Into the Belly of the Beast, Landed, and Lumo. All came out on June 22nd. Heart and Slash, Kung Fu for Connect. I bet that was good. That's the first half of the alphabet. Anything there exciting to you?
No, this is not a good month.
So far, so not good. Let's see. What about the back half of the alphabet? June. Turn On. There's Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Soul Axiom, Neon Chrome, The Professional Farmer, You don't want any of them amateur farmers.
No.
Trials of the Blood.
I usually
Monkey
prefer
King
amateur,
Saga,
but not when it comes to farming.
Mighty Number 9, Pac-Man 256. I didn't enjoy Pac-Man 256 as much as I wanted to. It seemed like such a neat idea.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5. The Technomancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Magic Circle Gold Edition, and that's about it. Yeah, just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah. Resident Evil 5, such a letdown after 4.
Yeah, hard to agree.
Such a letdown. Like, Resident Evil 4 brought in so many new fans to the franchise. And then they were like, how do we follow up one of the most well-regarded, most popular games of all time with a steaming pile of shit? Here you have it. Here's Resident Evil 5. And I know people will disagree. And I'm sure they are incorrect.
That's okay. They're allowed to be.
Well,
the Wii U had a little stack of games. Let's see if there's any. I'm not going to read them all. I'm just going to look through and see if there's anything worthwhile. That Kick and Fennec game came out here. Book of Unwritten Tales. How can it be a Book of Unwritten Tales if they're in a book? I hate that game. I don't know what it is, but I hate it. Book of Contradictions. Mighty Number 9. Yeah, I guess this is when it came out and everything. Apparently Rubik's Cube and Splashy Duck.
Oh, here we go. Splashy Duck.
Splashy Duck. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Oh, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. I know that's a game that like 8 people really cared about.
Yeah.
And Terraria. Terraria hit the Wii U. That's a good one. Sorry,
yeah,
so this is not a bad month for the Wii U. That's weird to say. I mean, it's not knock down, drag out, holy shit, this is amazing. But, we were excited for Mighty Number 9, even though we were wrong. The Mario and Sonic games were always, kind of fun. Tokyo Mirage Sessions was that weird, what was that? A crossover between Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem, which is just insane. And then Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens and Terraria. That ain't too bad. Especially
that's a solid Wii U month.
That's a solid Wii U month right there. Good work, Wii U. Ouya! June 2016, the Ouya had Neverending Nightmares.
Yeah, it did. It's not even a joke.
Boy,
there.
Oh boy, yeah, that's just the name of the game.
Yeah.
All right, 3DS. Talk to me about 3DS here. There's a lot of 3DS games. All right, there's the North America group. Now let's get to 2016 for the 3DS. August, June. There we go. Looks like we have what was it? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, and they're pretty solid picks here. Dan McFox Headhunter, Gunslugs. Gunslugs is actually kind of fun. Battle Cats Pop, whatever. But the real business. We got Box Boy, which is great. Lego The Force Awakens, and Kirby Planet Robobot, which is supposed to be a really good Kirby game that I sadly have not played.
I don't know that I've ever heard of Kirby Planet Robobot.
You haven't? There's actually been a lot of rumors that that's going to get a Switch 2 release for a couple of years now, and I hope it happens because I'd really like to play through it, but I'm kind of done playing on my 3DS. I just want to play games on TV now.
Yeah, I'm too old to be looking at these tiny-ass screens.
It's Kirby in a mech suit. That's the game.
I don't hate that.
Right? Like, it's just great. Love it.
That is a game that I might actually be interested in.
Ellie is texting me.
Oh, Roddy's been texting me this whole time. I'm ignoring him. It's just...
Ellie's at a sleepover party, and she brought everything except the friggin' present. And then I drove back there to their house to drop off the present, and nobody answered the door. I was like, I'll be back in 5 minutes with the present. And then I came back in 5 minutes, and nobody answered the door. So I just walked into their house and left the present on the table.
Did you tell anybody?
No, nobody was there. They were all in the backyard, I think. And I was just like, nope, I'm just going in. So she just asked me if I brought the present, and I said I did. I put it on the table.
Walked in the house. Stole a bunch of shit.
Yep.
It was awesome. Came on a podcast, admitted it. That was my first mistake. Shouldn't have said anything.
All right, not a terrible month for the old 3DS there. Let's see about the PS Vita there. Let's see about the PS Vita. Got SteamWorld Heist, Atelier Sophie, Odin Sphere, Left and Right, Attractio. Attractio. That's a fun name. Grand Kingdom, Funk of Titans, Bard's Gold, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma, God Eater Resurrection, Adventures of Mana. And that's it. Mm-hmm. That was a PSPS month.
It is a PSPS month, but I mean, SteamWorld Heist is very good. Like, all of the SteamWorld games are really good. I feel like we keep skipping over that one because everything else is so lackluster, but like, SteamWorld Heist is super, super solid. I don't like them as much as I like the Dig games. Like, there's a couple different SteamWorld universe games, right? But they're really good. They're all just like quality games.
They do have their audience.
Mm.
But I'm done talking about games from 10 years ago. That sucked. Let's talk about 20 years ago.
Wasn't great, no.
Let's go back to 2006. On June 11th was the launch of the Nintendo DS Lite.
Well, that's
which was
exciting.
a magnificent platform. It's the best version of the DS, in my humble opinion. It's a great form factor. It is a wonderful system. I have a red one. So, let's see. What do we got? Nope, this is the 90s. This is the wrong page. Where's the 2000s? Here we go. So, what are we looking at? We're going to look at the old Xbox 360, are we? This is the... oh, no, it was original Xbox. No? 2000?
No.
Yeah, 20 years. I'm right.
Oh,
I'm good. I'm going to make it, Dan.
You are.
We're going to make it through this. All right, original Xbox. We've got a short stack, so let's just read them. We've got MLB Slugfest 2006. Those games were fun. And one Street fun. Ball, Cars, IHRA, Drag Racing. Sorry, IHRA. That was a funny joke to me. Urban Chaos, Riot Response, NFL Head Coach, Krusty Demons, and AMF Extreme Bowling.
That's not a great month. I mean, Slugfest was fun.
Yeah, Slugfest is a good time, and like, who doesn't want to play something called Krusty Demons? But, yeah,
that's what I'm going to do after we're done recording. Go upstairs and be like, "Hey, babe, you want to play some Krusty Demons?" And she's going to say no, as well she should.
Yes, as well she should.
Because she knows me.
GameCube had Cars and Major League Baseball 2K6.
That's not great.
No.
Can we also
in the lead?
Can we just be honest with the audience and can we all just admit that Cars sucks?
Ugh.
It's not good. Fuck you. Don't say that
fucking
shit.
Car said, "Get her done." Ugh. I just wanted to die. I wanted to die while watching it. It hurt my soul.
Yeah.
Larry
Cars
the
is real
Cable
bad.
Guy.
It's real bad. I don't even mind Larry the Cable Guy. Like, he is what he is. You know what I mean? But movie's fucking awful. It's awful. The franchise is awful.
Mm-hmm.
The spin-off that planes nobody gave a fuck about.
Yeah. It's all dumb.
Ugh.
Gross. Dumb did you do. All right, let's talk about PlayStation 2. I did not count, and I'm not going to, because I'm sure it's a lot. Let's see. Slugfest 06, Cars, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, and one Street Ball. I'm, like, skipping over the absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Urban Chaos. Oh, the Street Fighter Alpha trilogy. What was this? Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. That's what it was. That was good. That was a wonderful little collection.
Yeah.
Armored Core, Last Revenant, NFL Head Coach, MotoGP 4, Naruto Ultimate Ninja, Micro Machines V4, Rough Trigger, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse the Black Pearl, Zombie Hunters 2, Special Forces. Wow. Okay.
Not a great month.
Street Fighter Alpha Collection was pretty good, but I honestly expected more out of you, PlayStation 2. That's a ball of nothing.
Putting that PSP Grand Theft Auto on console was a pretty big fucking deal.
Like that. I mean, I don't like it, but I like that for them.
Right.
Okay. Let's talk about the Game Boy Advance then. Let's see if the GBA can save the day. There was Ninja Turtles 2 back. There was Cars. Ooh, Dragon Ball Advanced Adventures. Is this the game I think it is?
Yeah, it's like the action RPG one.
Yeah. This was a very good game, if I remember. I just need to confirm here. Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. GBA. This is like a side-scrolling one. Yeah, this game was pretty good. You love to see it. Anything, Dragon Ball. Yeah. Yeah,
no, you are a much bigger Dragon Ball fan than I am. I really like Majin Buu.
And this is not Dragon Ball Z. This is Dragon Ball. This is original recipe Dragon Ball. Goku smacking things with his power pole. Yeah. This was a pretty solid game. What else we got? There was a Mega Man Battle... Which one is this? Battle Network 6. There were 2 different flavors of it.
Man, they really pumped those out.
They did. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Not giving enough credit to this Naruto game that you talked about for PS2, by the way? Wasn't that a big deal, Ultimate Ninja?
It was, but not to me. I liked the GameCube ones way better. The GameCube had these fighting games from Aiding, the people that did the Bloody Roar games, and they were fan-freaking-tastic, and I liked those infinitely better than the PS2 Ultimate Ninja ones. But yeah, I guess the Ultimate Ninja games were a big deal. Fine, you win.
I don't know. I never got into Naruto.
I know how much you love Naruto, and you're just all hard on it right now. I get it.
Doing all my fucking whatever this bullshit is. Jazz hands.
There you go. The DS looks like it's doing okay here. We've got Magnetica, which was a really fun puzzle game. I enjoyed that one. The original Big Brain Academy launched. That was a cool game. Mm-hmm. Cars, Point Blank, DS, Break 'em All. Hi, Puffy Yami Yumi.
It's just fun to say.
Yeah, but that's it. Okay, never mind. DS was just fine. What do we got? PSP
the Point Blank
here.
DS stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess, Point Blank on DS is pretty solid.
Yeah, it works. Like, it's fun.
Tomb Raider Legend, Metal Gear Solid digital graphic novel.
There's some hot nonsense in that graphic novel.
Eliminator. Yeah, nothing interesting on PSP in June. What about Xbox 360? We've got MotoGP 08. This is still the only one on the market that's the only next-gen console on the market over G Fighters, Lord of the Rings. Oh, wait, no, that's July already. Wow, almost. There's 3. What is this one? We did Elder Scrolls last month, didn't we? Oh, this was just some DLC for it. Yeah, so just 2 games on 360? Jeez, guys.
I mean, look, we didn't make up the summer sucks for gaming trope. Like, it existed, clearly.
Sure did.
10 years ago, not great. 20 years ago, not great. Yeah,
and we're just still waiting on the PS3 and the Wii. That was some old bullshit. Let's go back to 1996. So 1996, we have got some. I think there's some interesting stuff here. 96, we had for PC, the original Quake came out on my birthday, June 22nd. That's cool.
Pretty exciting.
Now let's talk. Let's talk. Let's roast. 1996. June 96 for the Super Nintendo, we had Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run and Olympic Summer Games. Again, this is 1996 for the 16-bit consoles. There are going to be a couple big hits, but for the most part, 96 is much slower on the 16-bit consoles. But Winning Run was a pretty solid baseball game. It's a really good looking baseball game. You ever see that game up and running on the Super Nintendo?
I don't know that I have. I'm going to look it up now.
Yeah, look it up. Griffey's running. It was Rare.
Right.
And Rare really knew how to get good performance out of the Super Nintendo.
Oh, yes. I have seen this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good looking baseball game.
It is.
For its day. Rare did a good job on that one. Liked it. Anyhoozles, the Genesis had the Chess Master and Experts.
Yep.
The Neo Geo had one game, Ninja Masters How Ninpo Cho. I'm unfamiliar with that one.
Me too.
What do we got here? This one didn't carry the thing over. Sorry, 3DO. So let's see. What do we got on June of 1996 on 3DO? Save the day, 3DO. You know you should. June of 1996. Olympic Summer Games, and that's it. Good job. Olympic Summer Games. What else we got here in the 96? Jaguar CD apparently has something, so we'll have to check on that. Jaguar is out until December, but the original Jag CD has something in June, so let's look it up. Jaguar, I didn't open that window, so North America, there's the Jag CD. June of 96, that's June of 97. Yeah, I think I made a mistake. I think it was June of 97 is when something comes out. Yeah, we had something in March of 96, and then we're going straight up until April 97. That's when the next Jaguar CD game comes out.
It's not what you want.
No. I mean, it's what you expect from the Jaguar CD.
It is, yes.
It is not what you want. Yeah, just making sure. No, that note was incorrect. So, what else are we cooking with? That was Jaguar 3DO is what we just looked at.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what's this one? Oh, PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1, okay. Oh, this is going to be a huge pain in my butt, isn't it? Because
probably
it reset itself. So, June of 1996 on PlayStation 1. First chunk of the alphabet, A through L. Let's see. The PlayStation is still pretty new, so I'm not expecting huge numbers here. We're looking at Bust a Move 2 Arcade, A-Train, Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball, Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors, hell yeah. Epidemic, International Track and Field, Fade to Black. That was the follow-up to Flashback, right?
Yeah.
And that's it for the first chunk of the alphabet. Not so
Darkstalkers.
Darkstalkers and Bust a Move.
Why has there not been new Darkstalkers?
Because Capcom hates you. It's very personal.
They're on a fucking heater.
No, they hate you, though.
Oh, me personally? Well,
yeah,
that's fair.
I didn't mean they hate everyone. They just hate you. Over here on the second chunk of there's the back half of the episode, M through Z, V Tennis, but you also got the first Namco Museum, right? Namco Museum was a big deal back then.
It was.
There was no digital distribution for like little games to buy on their own, so re-releasing arcade perfect renditions of Namco's classics. This is where that started, and they did a great job.
They really did. What's on that first collection?
That was Pac-Man, Galago, Pole Position, Bosconian, Rally X, New Rally X, and Toy Pop.
That's a fucking solid collection, man.
It is. 1 and 3 were the ones that sold the most, right? 1 had Pac-Man, 3 had Ms. Pac-Man.
Yeah.
But I have all of them. They all spell out Namco, which is nice.
That is also really
good
cool
stuff. Yeah.
I only have 3 because Ms. Pac-Man is possibly the greatest arcade game ever made.
If you're only going to have 1, that's the one to have.
Yeah.
The only other thing really worth mentioning here is the original Persona. The first Persona came out on PlayStation 1 in June of 1996 here in the North Americas.
And we're about to get number 6, finally.
Yes. And number 4
30 years
again.
later.
Meanwhile... Yeah, what do you got?
Oh, no, I was going to... Are you done with the video games? Because I would like to read to you the list of movies that came out, but I'll save that till the end.
Yeah, we've still got more games.
Okay.
Sega Saturn, on the other hand, had In the Hunt, NBA Action, Big Hurt Baseball, Primal Rage, Shell Shock, Baku Baku Animal, Gun Griffin, that's a good one. The original Need for Speed, the original Road Rash, Shockwave Assault, Golden Axe, The Duel, Shining Wisdom, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, the original Worms. Holy cats, that's not bad at all.
That's a massive Sega Saturn month.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. Well done, Saturn.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Game Boy's got anything of value in June of 96. Nope. Olympic Summer Games, Atlanta 96. That is it. Okay. So that's the 30. I think Saturn was clearly the big winner there.
Clearly.
No question about that.
Significantly better than the 10 and the 20.
Yeah, I mean, the N64 isn't out until September, and the Game Gear didn't have any new releases that month. So that just brings us to... Wait, does it? Does it?
Well,
no,
let me hit you with this, because I always find this interesting.
You still got the 40?
The movies from 30 years ago.
Okay.
In June of 1996, theaters got The Phantom, that classic Billy Zane, Treat Williams joint, which, fuck you, I actually do really like that movie because I love The Phantom. But we also got, on the same day, The Rock, which is so fucking good. It's so good. I love that movie.
That was a good flick.
June 14th, we got The Cable Guy.
Never seen it.
Really? It's quite good.
Didn't really want to, because I heard it was awful.
No, I like it. It's definitely different. It's an interesting movie, especially like watching it as you're older. It's interesting. June 21st, we got Arnold Schwarzenegger's Eraser, which is not a great movie, but it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I dig it. But also Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Those came out on the same day. And then also released on the same day, on June 28th, we got Demi Moore's classic Striptease, and The Nutty Professor. Not for nothing. That is a fucking banger month for movies in 1996.
That's not bad.
Insane. I fucking love that Nutty Professor movie. I don't even give a fuck. I know it's like silly and good. Like when he's jogging on the treadmill and he's like, no titties, no titties, no titties, not yo titties. Yo titties are lovely. Hi. It's so fucking funny, dude. Like that movie. Fuck it. That movie's great.
I will take your word for it.
You've never seen The Nutty Professor?
No.
Oh my God. How? Dude.
Because I didn't want to. That wasn't like, oh, I missed out on it. No, it's like I saw trailers for it and said, I'm good.
It was very funny. Did you see The Rock at least?
Yes, I saw The Rock.
Oh, yeah, okay. You don't ever get to respond that way to a film. Ever. Yes, of course, I've seen that one. Like, did you ever see The Godfather? No, I've not seen The Godfather. No. You know, like, see? This is what I'm saying. You don't then get to be like,
I will respond however the fuck I want. Yes, I saw The Rock.
Movie's
I didn't see it until like 20 years later, but I saw it.
Such a good movie.
It is.
Both foreign, sir, and domestic. Fucking love that movie. I might go up and watch that movie when we're done. Go home and fuck the prom queen. Anyway, yeah, I might put it on. Fuck it.
1986.
Let's just live stream The Rock and react to it. Let's do that for the next 2 hours, Chris.
Sounds great. It's a good way to keep me awake. 1986, 40 years ago, June of 1986, we had the original Ikari Warriors hit arcades. And
solid game.
In June of 1986, Majesco, Bethesda, and Famitsu were all formed. Isn't that something? Meanwhile, let's see. This is the wrong set of windows. That's the 96. So, it's this one. Or oh, right, I just didn't do that one. I was just going to do that shit live. Alright. Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it live. Atari 2600. Do we have anything happening? 2600 were out until July of 86, so that's next month. Let's look at... Oh, we have NES games. Yes, that's right, we have NES games this month. This is our second batch of NES games. Master System's not till September, and it looks like there's some Game & Watch too. So let's take a ride. Let's see what is cooking on the Intellivision. Do we have anything for the Intellivision in 1986? No, nothing till August. How's about the 5200? Fall. Nope, this is not fall. So goodbye. ColecoVision, what did I say with Coleco? Nothing till November.
Right.
Alright, so that means NES. Let's take a look at this next run of NES games.
What do we got?
1986 June. June of 86. We've got Balloon Fight, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong Jr. Math, Mario Brothers, and Popeye.
It's pretty fucking good.
That's pretty for the second run of Black Box, right? We had the October 1985 launch with some just absolute all-time classics. Your Super Mario Brothers, your Excitebike, etc. Followed it up. Some more, arcade classic stuff. It's all arcade classics, with the exception of Balloon Fight, which is basically Joust, so it's technically an arcade classic anyway.
Right.
Donkey Kong Jr. Math is hilariously just what it is, but these are, to this point, the best home versions of Mario Brothers, Popeye, DK, DK3, and DK Jr. At this particular moment in time, it's hard to argue that's not a really nice, that's a pretty nice setup right there.
Well, and especially considering what video games were in 1986. They were not where they ended up.
They were getting there. Super Mario Brothers had existed at this point, so...
Right. And we had things also, like Adventure and Pitfall and things that attempted a longer sort of coherent story as opposed to just a high score or score attack kind of thing. But still, I would argue for the most part, like when people thought video games, they thought those things that I'm plunking quarters into and competing for high scores at a bar or bowling alley or arcade or whatever.
When these hit Famicom in 83/84, they had a much bigger impact than they did here in 1986. But still, for the fledgling NES, before we're getting the real stuff from third parties and whatnot, that's a really solid month.
And that Popeye game's fucking great.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Game & Watch, there was the Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch released on June 25th, 1986. And that is pretty much it, except there was one more thing, although it's technically a month late. Ferg wanted us to mention the 50. Breakout came out in May of 1976 in North America.
I don't like when Ferg does that to us. It makes me feel as old as I actually am. And I don't care for that. I'm not. Yeah. Thank you, Ferg.
Yeah. Thank you, Ferg.
Sexy prick.
We should have mentioned it last month. But I guess we should start paying attention to the 50. Now we're talking 1976.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Video games, June 1976. What do we got? 1976 in video games. It was a mixed year for the expansion of the video game industry. While the consumer market in the United States for dedicated home consoles saw significant growth, the coin-operated video game market saw a decline despite individual hits. Alright, so let's see. I'm looking for some actual individual things. Alright, so in June 8th, Atari settles with Magnavox over the case related to their patents on the technology used in the Odyssey home game system. Let's see. Can I just get what are the games? Give me the games and the months that they came out in. See, this is where it becomes hard because
this information just isn't readily available.
Not broken down in months all that well.
Right, yeah. Like, we know years, but not necessarily release dates. Yeah. Maybe we just do a 50 recap, like, at the end of the year.
Coleco ships the Telstar in 1976.
Right.
June of 76. The Coleco Telstar. But yeah, I guess there really wasn't much in the way of home consoles at this point. We're still sitting pretty with Pong machines, right? Because the 2600 was 77, I want to say.
Yes.
I'm so tired. Yeah, 77. So, I mean, I guess next year is when we really have to start talking the 50, because that's when the Atari 2600 launched, and we'll see if we can find some proper breakdowns there, which I would think they have on Kevin Bunch's site.
I would imagine the Atari people are
archive.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, 77.
Like, I mean that, like, in a loving way, but, like, there's something wrong with you assholes.
Yeah, August of 77 is when we're going to be able to start doing the 50.
Okay.
Woof.
Woof.
All right, that ties this off right now. We are going to take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we're going to catch up with week-old news. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Andy. Neither of us are David Crane, but we are the hosts of David Crane's Amazing Movie Time.
That's our monthly Geekade Patreon exclusive podcast that covers movies that are cult classics, weird, or just sometimes laughably bad.
We ourselves have at least two of those qualities, so I guess it makes sense to hear what we think of those movies in retrospect.
You can hear all that and more by becoming a Geekade Patreon supporter.
And, as always, be kind, rewind.
Hi everyone, Kris here. Podcast listening is free, but podcast creation is not. That's why the Geekade Patreon exists. In an effort to help us pay the bills, we've got a Patreon page set up where you can gain access to our monthly podcast topic schedule, get early access to many of our shows, and more. If you'd like to help support Geekade and keep these shows running week after week, head over to the Geekade Patreon page, linked in the show notes of this very podcast. Hi everybody, we are
Excuse me. What a terrible time for me to do that. I apologize. We are not that kind of show.
No, and like I could do another take, but I'm not gonna.
No, obviously not. Because that was raw, that was real, unedited.
Unfiltered. That's what we are. That's what we do.
That's us.
Speaking of which, it is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. Strap yourselves in for Week Old News. Welcome to Week Old News. We talk about all the news that was new a week ago. Kicking us off, just because I want to be the bringer of the good news, Push Square reports rumor. We don't usually comment on rumors, but this one seems like it's got some steam behind it. Gaming industry bloodbath imminent as Sony, Microsoft, and more brace for mass layoffs. You know what? I'm not going to go into too many details. There's a lot of companies out there that are at a lot of risk, including just what Dan was saying last week. The South of Midnight studio, the Double Fine.
Compulsion.
There's a ton of studios out there that are looking at shutdowns. Because the industry is broken. And honestly, the world is broken, but the games industry in particular is pretty busted. And we're going to see a lot of people lose their jobs real soon. And that is a bummer.
We seem to, over the last number of years, have lost the reason for the season, Kris, and thankfully we can say Christmas again. So we can talk about what video games should be about. Because you remember all those years that you just weren't allowed to say it. Like
I wasn't allowed to.
Merry Kris, and then get punched right in the dick.
Square in the junk.
Instant dick punch.
Happy holidays. Just had to say happy holidays. You weren't allowed to say anything other than happy holidays.
But like everything
it was real.
Everything just got so out of fucking control. Like just out of control. And you look at like when all these stories come out, it's always like major publisher things. It's not the indie studios that are in trouble, other than like Yacht Club Games. Apparently he really wants you to buy his fucking game still. But like for the most part, like indie studios are just out here making responsible decisions, decent games, and staying in business. Weird.
Yeah, like just kind of approaching the entire video game market with sustainability in mind instead of infinite growth forever tends to pay off. Who knew?
I did.
Moving on.
I told them. Time Extension reports Mega Man to get a new hardcover book from the creator of Smash Brothers of the Smash Brothers inspired webcomic Brawl in the Family, a new collection of comics spanning 40 years of Mega Man. There are some really, really great books out there, and this one appears to be published by perhaps some people you know, Kris? NF
yes,
Publishing?
Indeed. Yes, indeed. And Matthew Taranto, one of the authors of said book, has been talking about it in our Basecamp chat for quite some time now. This has been in the works for a hot minute, and they don't mess up. They do good stuff. Big Mega Man fans on our staff, and this is good stuff. This is a good thing to be happening. This is really cool. I'm very much looking forward to this. Very much looking forward to this. Mega Man comics are great. Mega Man is obviously no stranger to like appearing in other media. There's been tons of different little Mega Man comics and shorts and all of those things. So having a nice hardcover book is always a good thing. Love that. Speaking of good things, IGN reports Super Mario Bros. Copy sells for record-breaking $3 million at auction. When I say good things, I mean it's good for whoever made $3 million on a copy of Super Mario Bros. Heritage Auctions, who are above reproach and have never done anything shady, announced this sale Friday, confirming that the Professional Sports Authenticator 9.6 A++ copy of the Nintendo game that kicked off Mario's platforming adventures has passed the previous 2 million record set in 2021. It is also nearly double the price someone paid for a sealed copy of Super Mario 64 that same year. And so, look, if you've got this kind of fuck you money, fuck you. That's my story.
Is that what fuck you money actually means? It's not like I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. It's fuck you for having that kind of money.
I mean that's how I mean it going forward. I don't think that's the intent of the sentiment, but it is now.
From this moment. Yeah, I mean I will never understand graded comic books, graded video games. I just will never understand them. Graded cards, I get, because you lose nothing of the experience.
Yeah, the entire situation.
Even if even if you're playing a whole Pokemon deck of graded cards, you can still do that. Like, you shouldn't. That's weirdly awkward and whatever, but you could, because the inherent use of that product is not altered by the encapsulation of it.
Here's the thing. When it was originally explained to me, the purpose of grading, it made sense to me. Because the idea was that people would sell things on eBay and be like, no, this is a near mint or a near mint plus or something by, grading, quote unquote, the books themselves. And then the idea of the company was just like, well, here's what we're going to do. We will grade a thing and then seal it. and say, all right, this was graded at this number. This is what it is. So when you buy it on eBay, without being there in person, you have an assurance that what you're buying is legitimate. It's been looked over and it's been graded and sealed in its current condition. And then you get it, and then you open it up, and you do what you will with it. But then people stopped opening them up. And that became an entire secondary market. It was like, sealed XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And the stupid just compounded from there. So I get the notion from the jump, right? Of
sure,
this is a way to combat getting screwed out of something when you buy it online, right? Instead of buying something in person. But now people are like buying graded things in person, which is so, it's not, that wasn't the point. Like, if you want it graded, if you want to buy something of high value, then you buy it and get it graded in person and then buy it there. You know, it's a whole thing. It stinks, and I don't like it.
You know what I do like, though, Chris?
What's that?
Even though I won't be at San Diego Comic-Con this year, our friends over at Bleeding Cool report that Jada Toys has debuted their San Diego Comic-Con 2026 You Lose Street Fighter 2 accessory set. This will be on sale at San Diego Comic-Con, and what it is fucking awesome. It is a set of heads and hands for, let's see, we've got Ryu Ken, Balrog, Vega, Sagat, Blanca, Chun-Li, Guile, T-Hawk, Fei Long, Cammy, Akuma, DJ, and Bison. So all of the Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 figures that have been released, you get a head or two and hands for each of them, and it is the continue game over you lose screen head, and they're fucking awesome. Like, all beat up or sad or whatever the fuck, like exactly what a Comic-Con exclusive thing should be. Not necessary, right? Like, you don't need any of this. But it's just fucking awesome. Oh, and Dalsim. Dalsim is in there as well. I don't think I said him.
Dr. Dalsim?
Dr. Dalsim. I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. It's so good. 9.
Ooh,
8.
Speaking of so good.
7. Yeah, I'm done.
Sorry, okay. I just wanted to make sure you were done counting down.
6. Okay, I'm really done.
Nintendo Life reports, rejoice, the original Switch eShop isn't awful anymore. Except for the eSlop. So the garbage games are still there, but they fixed the eShop somehow. They made the eShop not run like your system's going to catch on fire any second.
They hit the Mom Donnie button.
Yeah,
the make shit not awful button.
Ah.
They had one for the eShop this whole time, too. That's right.
Who knew? Like, the Switch 2 eShop is nice, and then they were just like, you know what, we could actually make the Switch 1 do this. And then they did. Good for you.
Yeah, no, that's pretty great. Because that browsing that shop still
brutal.
sucks because of, like you said, the amount of just absolute shit that is on it.
Yes, there's just fountains of diarrhea all over it. It's hard.
But you can wade through the diarrhea quicker, which is what we're going for. Our friends over at Retro RGB have posted the Genesis 1.2 output converter. Kyle from Retro Access has just started selling a Genesis Bridge, a small adapter that converts Genesis/Mega Drive 1 and Master System's DIN to a Genesis 2 style mini DIN. Right, so you can just swap your controllers around, and that's great.
It's the cables, not the controllers.
Cables, sorry, not controllers, cables.
Controllers were already interchangeable. Now, this is really nice because there's a lot of great high-end cables for the Genesis.
Right.
So the Sega 2 model, because it's just a more common thing. And just being able to do a nice, easy connector like this is a lovely thing. I don't have the brains to properly articulate why I think it's more gooder, but good thing good bad thing bad.
It's more gooder.
It's more gooder.
Yeah.
It's the most gooder, even. Anywho's, Go Nintendo reports. Fan-made Nintendo DS port of Super Mario 64 released with multiplayer support. So Super Mario 64 was, already exists on the DS, but there's a fan-made port that Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's a more faithful Super Mario 64, and they added multiplayer to it, which is friggin' wild, man.
Yeah,
you guys
that's
do
awesome. That's awesome. Hopefully, they will reveal that at the next Nintendo Direct. And be like, look, we've made an Unreal Engine version of it. Oh, God, that would be awful. Time Extension reports that 34 years later, Wolfenstein 3D just got one hell of an impressive port for the, of all systems, Atari Lynx.
Did you watch this thing? This is nuts.
Absurd.
This looks really good. It sounds terrible, but it looks really good.
It does. It really does. I mean, like, and again, it's Wolfenstein 3D. It's not like the deepest, most technically impressive game ever made, but this looks like a really solid way to play this really iconic game. You have to ask yourself why. Who exactly is this for?
Yeah. Lynx fans for sure.
But it
does
all
the whole,
seven of them.
You hold it vertically kind of a thing. It's weird. It's
fucking weird.
It runs so smooth. Like the end of the freeze frame graphics aren't like amazing or anything like that, but seeing it in motion is really something else.
It's really impressive.
Cool.
Yeah. Who knew the Lynx was capable?
What's also really impressive, Time Extension reports after 19-ish years of development, the original Mother has been remade as a patch for Earthbound to SNES. This is flippin' cool. Earthbound Zero is it's my understanding that Earthbound Zero has some really good stuff in it, but it is extremely rough around the edges, which is why it didn't get ported in the first place. So having an updated version of it, because the games are very, very similar, art direction wise and everything. So having Mother 1 run in Mother 2's engine, basically, on Super NES, it makes a lot of sense, and it looks fantastic. In that it looks a lot like Earthbound, because that's what Mother 2 was. Yeah.
It is surprising, like, looking at these kinds of things, that Nintendo themselves have not done some sort of thing like this at this point. Because they are absolutely cult classic games that, while still being very niche, absolutely have an audience that would gobble this kind of shit up.
Exactly.
So it is relatively surprising.
Yeah. But hey, homebrew does what Nintendo don't.
That is true. IGN reports that Vampire Survivors developer is reviewing Fortnite crossover plans after Epic Detail... I was hoping it was just going to say because they realized how fucking nuts that is. After Epic details Unreal Engine 6 AI usage will let you know if anything moves forward. Ponkel appears to be reconsidering their plans for a lucrative Fortnite crossover after Epic Games this week confirmed that it now uses generative AI tools within the Battle Royale's art and design process. A behind-the-scenes video published by Epic showed how the company uses generative AI prompts to adjust hand-drawn designs for Fortnite character skins and art assets used in the game's concept phase.
We talked about this last time. You use diarrhea. Doesn't matter what part of the process the diarrhea is involved in the recipe. If there's diarrhea in the recipe, there's diarrhea in the food. And nobody wants to eat diarrhea.
Yeah. And good on Ponkel. Like, they obviously don't need the money.
They're doing great.
They're doing just fine. And it's nice to see a company, one, be in a position to be like, no, we don't actually need to do that right now. But two, also, like, stand on their morals, you know?
Yeah.
Stand on business, as the kids say.
Speaking of Vampire Survivors not needing money, Vampire Survivors comic book adaptation launches this fall, says IGN. That's the story. There's a comic book coming for Vampire Survivors lore, which is awesome. I'll buy it. I'll read it.
Absolutely.
That was
it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Time Extension reports Diggy Diggy Mole is a new Metroid-like NES platformer about a mole with a pickaxe embedded in its skull. This looks awesome. It is a brand new NES Famicom game. It has just been released physically via the Homebrew Factory. Broke Studios announced earlier today it is pitched as a Metroid-like platformer for the NES. Stars a mole with a pickaxe embedded in his skull who must go out of his way to uncover a lost subterranean treasure in order to repay their debt to, you guessed it, the Mafia. Dumped underground, players will find themselves having to run, jump, and parkour their way through 4 different environments, with the key to their success being their ability to dig, tunnel, and drill through the various hazards. This looks very cool. I'm very interested in this. I love where we're at with, like, new NES games. Still coming out in the big 2.6, looking awesome. That's outstanding. Yep.
Meanwhile, IGN reports Sony ditches mention of PC releases from business strategy document as PlayStation single-player games now expected to be fully exclusive. Don't bury the lead, guys. That was quite a headline. Like, okay, well, I guess I don't really need to read the article anymore. While adding mention of utilizing AI to unleash the creativity of studios and just fuck all the way off into the sun with that nonsense. But, yeah, Sony's commitment to the PC market does seem to be waning, which makes a degree of sense to them because they haven't been selling super well.
Yeah. Still a bummer. I will always fight that fight, but I seem to be in the minority on that. So that's fine. I'll just sit here being right eventually. Time Extension reports that Genji studio Game Republic's painfully long demise ends in bankruptcy. The Japanese game studio Game Republic has officially entered into bankruptcy 15 years after it was effectively wound down by CEO and Capcom veteran Yoshiki Akamoto. Game Republic was founded in 2003. After Akamoto parted ways with Capcom, they released titles like Genji Dawn of the Samurai, Brave Story New Traveler, Genji Days of the Blade, and Folklore. These were all PlayStation exclusive. This was the Giant Enemy Crab demo at E3 2006.
Classic.
If you've not seen it, just look up Giant Enemy Crab. Later years, Game Republic then went off with Bandai Namco, did Dragon Ball Origins, Origins 2, Clash of the Titans, Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom, Dragon Ball Kai Ultimate Budokan or Budoden or Your Mother.
Doesn't matter. They did a bunch of other games.
They did a bunch of other games. But then they kind of like shut everything down. And now 15 years later have officially entered bankruptcy. What a weird fucking story.
Agreed.
It's really odd. And I think proves the point that nothing means anything. Like shit, like we're done. We're like, what have they been doing for the last 50? Has somebody still been collecting a check? Like, what? It's just weird. Nothing matters.
Speaking of weird, Go Nintendo reports Nintendo Direct sees highest peak viewership of all summer showcases. Zelda Ocarina of Time named most watched trailer. What? And I cannot stress this enough. The fuck Why?
I
don't love
know.
Nintendo. I am excited for an Ocarina of Time remake, but that trailer showed us absolutely nothing, and the entire showcase was kind of... So, what?
I don't have an answer for you.
I think we might just be out of touchdown.
I mean,
surely it's the children who are wrong.
How very dare you, first of all. Second of all, I mean, I'm not surprised that the Nintendo Direct, I guess, anything with Zelda is going to do massive numbers. Just
right.
Obviously.
But when the trailer doesn't have any information in it, like any gameplay, any notion of what it even is, I guess that is kind of weird.
Yes, but I think it's also important to remember the world that we live in currently, right? Where the number of videos that have been uploaded to YouTube speculating on that absolute nothing of a trailer that was shown for this Ocarina of Time remake is... It's quite a few. You know what I mean? Like, there are quite a few people that are making videos and making a living on YouTube, speculating and theorizing all about what every little intricate thing could possibly mean. They're almost never correct. They almost never, like, figure anything like, oh, look, this little fucking thing. You know, like, it's the same shit we used to do back in the day, like before it became super popular on YouTube with like Doctor Who. Like I remember big, long, drawn out discussions with the whole group of us when I lived in Florida that we all watched fucking Doctor Who. And the end of that episode, or it's either, I forget if it's the end of an episode with the Master or the very beginning, when his wife picks up the ring and there's like a little glint off of the jewel, and we were like, oh, it's the fucking Ronnie, it's the this, it's the what, like, it was fucking nothing, because Russell T. Davies is a fucking hack, who's a bad writer, and there, I said it, fuck it.
And is not in charge of Doctor Who anymore. So.
Thank God. Honestly, I know we haven't talked about this. This is not part of Week Old News. I would like to officially start a petition for the team that was in charge of the Acolyte to be put in charge of Doctor Who.
Ooh,
that's who I would like.
I don't know if I can agree with that. Acolyte had amazing action, but the story, I think, was where the Acolyte fell the hardest for me. Specifically, the way that they... I can't remember the character's name. The Soul, I think?
Yeah.
His arc was just stupid. It was just stupid. His reason for what he did and the reason everything went bad was so poorly thought out. It was just... I loved The Acolyte. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was a lot of fun. But there was like... You had to swallow some pretty big leaps of character logic to make it make even the most remotest of sense.
Doctor Who, yes.
Yeah, but you need a really good writer there. You need the Doctor Who is less about the action and the visuals and more about the writing. You really need to have some clever-ass writing there, and that was something that I don't think the Acolyte had in spades was writing that was clever. It was just kind of clunky. But... That's a podcast for another podcast. Regardless, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Time Extension reports sad news. Legendary Doom and Wolfenstein 3D composer Bobby Prince has passed away. He was 81 years old, which is hard to be mad at, but
yeah, it's not terrible,
enough.
But also, like, you know, not quite enough.
Not quite enough. In 2006, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award, the 4th annual Gang Awards. His soundtrack for Doom was also selected for preservation in the Library of Congress this year. We just, I think, reported on that a couple weeks ago. I mean, there are very few video game soundtracks out there that I think most people of a certain age have heard. Those would be two of them. You know?
For sure.
And for those both to have been done by one guy, pretty fucking impressive.
I agree. This isn't really so much a news story. It's just something that made me kind of happy to see. The Time Extension reports, quote, "It feels like intellectual theft. Bitmap Bureau isn't a fan of Gen AI." Good for you, Bitmap Bureau. Now let me know when Master of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction is coming out.
Movie's been out for a few weeks, guys.
Yeah.
You missed
Quote,
your fucking window.
I'm vehemently against Gen AI and flat out refuse to use it in what we do. It feels like intellectual theft. It might also deny someone a job, neither of which sits right with me, he says. It'll be a sad day when humans no longer create anything and defer it all to AI, but I'm hoping that's a long way off.
Yes. Love that. Love that. And I love this. Wrapping us up this week, GameSpot reports that it is finally time for me to catch up on Twisted Metal Seasons 1 and 2 because Star Wars legend Mark Hamill will be joining the Twisted Metal TV show for Season 3 in a key role. Apparently, he is going to be playing Sweet Tooth's dad. Spoilers, I guess, if you don't know that. Pope Charlie Kane.
I don't know anything about it.
What's that?
I don't know anything about Twisted Metal, but I should really watch this show. It looks like fun.
Hamill will be playing Pope Charlie Kane in Season 3, who is the leader of the Eastern Sovereignty and is Sweet Tooth's father-in-law. What I love about this is, so Will Arnett is the voice of Sweet Tooth. Samoa Joe, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, is the physical embodiment of Sweet Tooth. And Mark Hamill is fucking Mark Hamill. So, like, what an absolutely absurd thing to have. Mark Hamill is playing one of my favorite wrestlers' dads. And I'm excited about it. And apparently the show's pretty good. I've never watched a minute of it.
It's pretty fun. Same. Never seen a lick of it, but maybe I will.
Maybe I will.
And maybe... Oh, Mario's missing. He's done. Now we're on to Mario 3. Anyways, that's it for Week Old News. That wraps us up. That was a lot of news for this week.
It was.
So we're going to take ourselves another quick break. When we come back, we're going to check in with a checkpoint. You're listening to the Strange Gamer podcast from geekade.com. Stick around. Do you miss the days when you'd get a fresh issue of Nintendo Power in the mail every month? It was stacked with reviews, previews, and all manner of cool new stuff about the world of Nintendo, and it even came with a free poster. Well, you don't have to miss those days anymore because Nintendo Force is here. Functioning as a spiritual successor to Nintendo's classic magazine, Nintendo Force is staffed with top-notch writing talent, and me for some reason, to deliver fresh new reviews, previews, and more right to your door every other month. And yes, posters are still included, except ours are double-sided. So if you want the thrill of learning all about the world of Nintendo in physical format, head on over to NintendoForceMagazine.com and learn all about it. Nintendo Force Magazine, the force of Nintendo fans.
We are Safe at Home, the leading dog rescue in the heart of New Jersey. Are you searching for a loyal companion, a dog that will bring love and joy to your home? Look no further than Safe at Home. At Safe at Home, we believe in giving every dog a second chance. We rescue, rehabilitate, and find loving forever homes for dogs in need, right here in the Garden State. Our dogs are ready to make a lasting impact on your life. Each one has a unique story, a wagging tail, and an incredible capacity for love. When you adopt from Safe at Home, you're not just gaining a pet, you're becoming a part of our family. Our dedicated team ensures a seamless adoption process, providing ongoing support and guidance. With New Jersey's beautiful parks, beaches, and trails, you and your new furry friend will have endless opportunities for adventures and cherished memories. Safe at Home relies on the support of compassionate individuals like you. Your donations and volunteer work enable us to continue saving lives and finding forever homes for these amazing dogs. Join us in creating a safer, happier community for dogs in New Jersey. Together we can make a difference and give every dog the chance to feel safe at home. Visit our website or call us now to learn about how you can be a part of the Safe at Home mission. safe at home, because every dog deserves to be loved and protected. www.safeathomerescue.org. Move on.
Speaking of fucking sucks, hey everyone, we're back.
Yeah, never mind. I thought we were going to finish by 10, and now it's 9:50.
Yeah,
we're just out here.
And we just did like half the checkpoint just during the break here, and you'll never know about it unless you're a patron. Then you'll probably get half that conversation in the Patreon feed. But anyways, yes, we're back, and it is time to check in with the checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
This is where Dan and I talk about all the stuff that's been going on in our lives, the games we've been playing, and I gotta tell you, I have not been playing a lot, and you're gonna be disappointed. I think I might be done with Mina the Hollower. I keep trying to get back into it, and the
I get it.
Adjusting the settings helped, but it's just not catching me. I want it to catch me, but it's just not catching me. And trying to make myself play. I was having this conversation with my friend Lisa. We're talking about what I was going to pick for the next Alphabet Super Series thing, and how I was thinking about picking Final Fantasy VII, finally making my way through that. And she was like, Chris, you don't like the game. It's fine.
It's okay that you don't.
You don't need to make yourself play things that you don't like. And I'm like, okay, but it's like this huge cultural touchstone. It's a big important piece of gaming history. It's just like,
and
who cares? Just, you've tried playing it 3 times. Just don't play it. You don't have to. There's no point in it. And that's kind of where I'm at with Mina the Hollower. I recognize that I love that other people are loving it, and I really wish I did love it more because I loved Shovel Knight. But Mina the Hollower it just doesn't speak to my sensibilities. I don't like Game Boy Color visuals. I think the music's pretty solid, but I don't like the way you traverse. I'm just not having a lot of fun with it, and that's just got to be okay. And it's not that I think it's a bad game. It's just not the game it's not the game for me right now. And I don't know what the game for me right now is, because I'm in a rough spot, and I'm in a bit of a gaming funk right now. But Mina the Hollower is not the game. I am really excited about Star Fox, which is, I think, this week was when it's coming. I'm very excited about Star Fox. I'm very excited about Rhythm Heaven, and I'm very excited. I'm pretty excited about Splatoon Raiders. But I did. I'm sure you'll talk a little bit more about Mina the Hollower in a bit. But what I did do was something that made John extraordinarily happy, because I was going to play more Mina the Hollower, and then I remembered what Lisa told me about. Just stop being stupid and forcing yourself to play games you don't want to play. I have really wanted to play Deltarune, so John has been absolutely over the moon, ready for the next chapter of Deltarune, and he's been begging me to play the game for ages, and I'm like, I'm going to play it. I loved Undertale, so I'm absolutely going to play Deltarune, just kind of waiting for the right moment, and I just decided, fuck it, I'm not going to play Mina the Hollower, let's play the first bit of Deltarune, and I really liked it. I had a lot of fun playing that with him. He knows it so well that it was like, every time I came to a fork in the road, he could tell me which one to go to first. He'd like, go down there, there's a secret, and then you'll go that way. It's like, he's a walking strategy guide, which made that part really nice. But the writing is very clever. The visuals are a little bit nicer than Undertale. But they're still very black and outliney and kind of intentionally odd. But the writing is fantastic. The music is fantastic. And I really like this new battle system. I definitely prefer the Deltarune battle system over Undertale. It's a really nice evolution of it, because you've played Undertale, right?
Yeah.
But you haven't played Deltarune?
No, the kids were actually just upstairs playing through the new chapter today.
Is it out? I thought the new chapter wasn't out for a couple days.
Maybe they're playing chapter 4. I thought they were playing the new one. I don't know. They talk a lot and I don't listen.
John's been following it comes out on June 24th.
Okay.
John's been following.
Then they were playing to catch up.
Got it.
So that they were ready. Yeah.
I had this notion in my head that I was just going to play the whole thing once it was out. Like, right? That was my thing. I was like, I'm just going to wait till all the chapters come out. But really, why? I'm just going to start. Right? It's going to take me forever to get through it anyway. So maybe by the time I do get there, it'll be done. But yeah, we'll see. So the thing about the battle system is just like you still do the like moving a heart around inside of a square thing, but it just kind of looks a little bit more Final Fantasy-ish as far as like the menu, and you get different party members and choosing between them. And also, the main character's name is Kris.
Love that.
Like Kris, Kris. Like that's the name. Like, and it was funny because when you start doing the game, you do this whole create a character thing that it then immediately just throws in the trash. It's just like, cool, you did all this thing, but you don't get to choose this. Your character's name is Kris. But I named my character Kris.
That's awesome.
It was like, and it's funny because as we're doing it, and John was just like, well, the character's name is Kris. And I'm like, yeah, but this is my name, so I'm going to create my character. I didn't know that it was going to throw away my create a character thing. Yeah. And when I entered the name Kris, it was like, that's a funny coincidence. And then it, moved on. But, he was like, oh, that's neat that it does that. It's a really clever game, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it because I've heard so much of it from John, but in the way that he speaks, where it's just like info dump, that none of it's really stuck inside of my brain. Yeah, but some of it has. So like things about it are somewhat familiar, but now I'm getting the context for them, and that's really cool. So I'm looking forward to playing more Deltarune. And I think the only other thing I really had to talk about was The Ant and the Aardvark. It was an old cartoon that I suddenly remembered existed, so I asked Evan to get it on the Plex, and I watched an episode, which was just super fun because, so obviously I haven't seen this show since I was really little, and Evan mentioned something that I thought was funny, and then when I watched the episode, I was like, holy shit, that is spot on. The ant in The Ant and the Aardvark sounds just like Mitch Hedberg. And it is hysterical.
All right, maybe I need to watch this shit then.
Just watch an episode. It's unbelievable. Like it sounds just like Mitch Hedberg. Obviously, I never would have known that as a kid because Mitch Hedberg wasn't a comedian when I was a kid, especially not when this shows from 1969. I think it was when it originally aired, 69 to 72. Wow. It's an old ass cartoon. Still holds up reasonably well. It's, an aardvark trying to eat an ant. That sounds like Mitch Hedberg.
I mean, that sounds like a good fucking time to me.
Yeah, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I've also been rewatching the original X-Men cartoon because that's been fun. I finished rewatching Ted Lasso, and I'm kind of between shows right now, and I didn't really know what was going to scratch the itch, so watch a little X-Men, because X-Men 97 is coming back, and I'm really excited about it. And I haven't rewatched the original X-Men in a long time. It's astonishing how much I remember that show. Like, word for word. The first 2 seasons of that show, I must have watched, and I taped them off TV, and I watched them over and over and over again. I remembered so many episodes, just word for word. And I just started season 2, and remembering the feeling, because I had never seen a narrative quite like it before, right? Morph dies in the first episode.
Had there been one at that point?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure there must have been something. Soap operas existed, and that's all X-Men is a soap opera.
Oh, sure. No, fights. I mean, I'm talking about like an animated, like a kid's show,
Not with this kind of twist. Not that I can think of. I mean, I have to assume that there's something I don't know. But when Morph died in those first episodes, and he was a character created for the show. So I had never seen any trading cards or anything of the character Morph. And it's like, okay, I guess they created him just to kill him off. Like, I'm even thinking this as a kid, right? Right. And then friggin' Mr. Sinister shows up in season 2 and Morph's alive. And I was just like, he's the priest, right? He's marrying Jean and Scott, and Wolverine's in the danger room being all emo and missing the wedding. Yeah, he is. And he goes off and says, promises to keep, my friend. He turns into Morph. I will never forget the feeling like, just unbelievable, just unbelievable. And then
it was fucking dope.
Seeing the whole thing progress and just, God, it holds up. That show is delivered in such an interesting way. Like that, thinking about that time in the way that animation changed around that time, because we were, it's really similar with like X-Men and then what followed it, just like in the movies, right? Superhero movies were kind of in the gutter, and then that X-Men movie happened, and then Spider-Man happened, right? Then the other superhero movies started to happen that started to show up with a little bit more quality, that were a little bit more
and it was
acceptable,
if
we do this right, this can be huge. So like, X-Men, it was just astronomical. And then shortly thereafter, you wind up with Spider-Man and Batman the Animated Series, of course, the X-Men movie was in the 2000s. So like Batman 1989 was a huge kickoff too, but it didn't stick, like Batman, then Batman Returns, then Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, like the Joel Schumacher ones just kind of tanked the whole thing. And then superhero movies became a joke again until the X-Men movie happened. And it was arguably Blade, but Blade is one of those things that's not really... Blade's a vampire movie, not a superhero comic book movie, It's
so
just
fucking
kind of
good,
its own
though.
different animal. Oh, it's so good.
God damn
that
it.
movie
Some
absolutely holds
motherfucker's
up.
always trying to ice skate uphill. Fucking love that movie.
Yeah, that is a really good movie. And it holds up pretty well, too. But,
I think it does.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, sure, some of the blood special effects are a little goofy, but
sure.
Who cares? It was a different time. Special effects are what they are.
I have gained a much greater appreciation for the X-Men cartoon as I've gotten older, because I didn't love it when it was originally on. Like, it just didn't, for whatever reason, like, it just didn't hook me, which it absolutely should have. Like, that is 1,000% like
full-on
what
obsession.
I'm into. But
absolutely obsessed with it as a kid.
Yeah, but it just never hooked me. And like the Spider-Man cartoon, same kind of thing. Like, I came to that shit later. Like, when it was on, I was just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why like those things never just never grabbed me. But like, I eventually came around. They're fucking good.
Yeah, it's melodramatic as hell. Like, it's hysterically melodramatic. Like, these people act like children. But I remember being a child and thinking, like, Wolverine was so cool and so edgy. But, like, I look at it now and, like, dude acts like such a fucking clown. Like, he's such an ass. And he's such a fucking baby half the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. But they all are. They all act like children. They just they don't act like adults. They make really, really dumb emotional decisions all the time. And the way that everyone like immediately, nobody assumes the shapeshifter is involved when like Gambit's the assassin. Like, nobody even thinks like,
nope.
Well, Gambit went to the Capitol. Clearly, he's going to kill the president. Like, no, shapeshifters exist. You know this. Morph was on the team. Shapeshifters are a thing. Come on. But
you are just well aware of the powers in the world, you fucking assholes.
But it's just the way the show is written to be melodramatic, and it owns it. It just full on owns it. Can't wait to see more when X-Men 97 Season 2 happens. But that is all I've got, I think. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm missing. Life be lifing, yo.
Life be lifing. Yeah, so Masters of the Universe, Backrooms. We have also started a rewatch of Ted Lasso. Not on purpose. Like, we were just sitting around the other day, and like it was a little too late to like jump into like Lego Batman or whatever. It was just like, what do you want to watch? I don't know. What do you want to watch? Like, fuck it. Let's just put on like an episode of Ted Lasso. And, 2 days later, we're through the first season and a half. Because the show is just, perfect. Like, it's just, much. It's just, I still don't like the Rebecca and Sam thing. I will never like that.
Me neither. Yeah.
It feels wildly out of character for both of them. But she is hot as fuck. I get it. With a stolen dick. Absolutely. Hopefully not, but and Tiff would be cool with it too. She would be like, no, I get it. It's 100%. She wouldn't have me anyway though. So like, whatever, it's fine. But really just a flawless show and imminently, rewatchable. Just absolutely fabulous. We did finish this most current season of Taskmaster, which was absolutely brilliant. They have announced the cast for the next Taskmaster, and Richard Ayoade is going to be on it. And I can't imagine that is going to go well. If you have not watched Taskmaster, it's all free on YouTube. You absolutely should. As far as games are concerned, what did I do this week?
Watch the Knicks win.
I did. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Fuck, I watched the Knicks win a championship.
It was so Greg.
Weird. Like,
I'm sorry.
What, is Greg a Spurs fan?
Greg, no, he's just not a Knicks fan. And when we were talking about it last week, he was fast forwarding whenever we talked about it. But you deserve this. Go ahead.
Well,
you need.
I'm sorry, Greg, but it's been 53 fucking years, and the refs really tried. They really tried to get this to be longer than a 5-game series. And man, I don't know, like when we started talking about this, Chris, I was like, this Wemby kid, he's fucking fun and he's big and whatever. And by the end of this series, I was like, I fucking hate this piece of shit. Fuck this French fuck. I was so angry. He's such a dirty piece of shit. I hate him. Oh my God, you can watch. Jalen Brunson goes up for a 3 and Wemby like looks to like place his foot where in Jalen's landing path. It's fucked up. It's a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, 53 years, fucking outstanding. Go Knicks, go. Yeah, it was fucking great. And like the whole time sitting here watching it, like even though they went down big again, I was never sitting here like worried. I was just watching the game like, yeah, they're going to come back. This is going to be okay. No worries. No problems.
I caught the end of it myself, and it was... I actually got invited out by Greg to go to a bar that's right down the street from my house because they were all watching the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of my friends had just recently been to Scotland. Sean Doyle, was out at Scotland and proposed to his girlfriend. Sean's getting married.
Congratulations, Sean. Did she say yes? I'm sorry. I'm pre-congratulating. Yes. Okay.
She said yes. And this was the first time I'd ever actually hung out with her because I had only met her once very briefly when she helped move Sean came over to help move a washing machine last year. And, no, she's pretty cool. And we hung out and watched the Scotland win their match, which was really fun. And the Knicks game was on in the next room. And so I went home and caught like the last minute and a half of the game, which was very exciting. And I was really happy for you.
It was fucking great. I appreciate it. It was awesome. It was awesome. And they didn't fucking shake their hands. Fucking sore loser pricks. Fuck off. Anyway, so that was great. Gaming wise, more Lego Batman continues to be just fucking awesome. I played through some more of the Mortal Kombat collection because it's just fun. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, look, hon, look, it's the old Mortal Kombat. She's like, why the fuck are you playing this? I'm like, because it's the original Mortal Kombat. It's fucking awesome. It's still hard, though.
Fun. Yeah,
it is. Those fucking endurance matches were bullshit.
Yeah.
Hated those. Anyway, but the bulk of my time this week was spent on finishing Mina the Hollower. I didn't intend to finish it this week. I just happened to finish it this week. And I wrote a review that'll go up eventually on ZTGD. but like we were like there was no code given for it. I just asked Ken from the site. I was like, "Do you want me to write a review?" He's like, "I mean, you can. I'll publish it." It's like, "All right, let me do it," because I really wanted to collect my thoughts about this game, because I ended up giving this game a 7 out of 10. And what I said in the review, I said one of the best things about this game is that it absolutely nails the Zelda Souls-like combo. And one of the negatives about this game is that it absolutely nails the Zelda Souls-like combo. Because if that is not what you're looking for, and I was so frustrated by so much of this game. I've played Sekiro, I've played Dark Souls, I've played Bloodborne. I haven't played Elden Ring because it's just that. Like I'm sure it's great. What makes those games fun, even though they are brutally difficult and incredibly exacting and precise, and all of the adjectives that everybody has said about those games already, is that controlling a character in a 3D space in that sort of combat is, I find, infinitely more fun than the same sort of exacting, mentally taxing combat in a top-down 2D space where your character can only attack in the 4 cardinal directions, while your enemies can attack from above and the side and off screen and projectiles and all of these other things. And you are so much more limited that by the end of the game, I was no longer having a bunch of fun figuring out how to beat a particular boss. I was just wanting it to be over. And my enjoyment of this game certainly dropped the longer I played it. And I think I ended the game with like a 48% completion rate. And I can't see myself going back to it anytime soon, if ever. Whereas with Shovel Knight, whatever percentage I ended the game on, I was like, well, that's not nearly enough. I need to get right back into this.
Right.
Because I just enjoyed it so much. And I think what I ultimately came down to, and again, it's not a bad game. It is absolutely doing what it sets out to do.
And doing it quite well.
And doing it very, very well.
Is not as mass market as Shovel Knight.
I don't believe it is. And like, it's weird because like my whole review as I'm writing this, I'm like, man, this is all really negative. But like at the end of it, I'm still going to say like, this is a 7 out of 10 and it's worth your time. It's absolutely worth the $20. I think all of the modifiers that are included in it are great because they do make the game accessible to fucking anyway. You can make yourself invincible and just play through the game to do the things and get the story. I have my whole other issues with the story, but the game's not old enough to get into spoiler territory yet. People who have not completed the game yet, I will be really curious to see how their opinions change. The back third of this game is fucking brutal, and the story goes some interesting places. But ultimately, I think where I ended up with Mina the Hollower is that Shovel Knight earned its reputation and Mina the Hollower assumes its reputation, if that makes sense.
Well, because it has a reputation to begin with. You know, Shovel Knight had no reputation. Mina the Hollower has, you know...
It doesn't, though. It's a different game. It does not, like...
But Yacht Club has a reputation, yeah.
Yacht Club has a reputation.
This is the new game from Yacht Club. You know, it's just like any other, you know, indie dev that makes a masterpiece. It's like Sabotage, you know. They made The Messenger, so you're damn right I was going to buy Sea of Stars. And Sea of Stars delivered for me.
Right.
Shovel Knight delivered. The Shovel Knight had me like, all right, Yacht Club makes another game or is involved in another game, I'm going to give it a shot. They didn't make Cyber Shadow, but they were involved in it, and I bought it, and I fucking loved it. But,
I thought Cyber Shadow was a lot of fun.
But then, this game, I'm glad I bought it. I'm not sad that I bought it, but I also, it's just not my game. It's not for me. So, does that mean I'm not going to buy the next Yacht Club game? No, of course not. They make quality products. I just hope their next game is a lot sooner.
Yeah, I don't see this having the legs that like Shovel Knight had.
Agreed. I don't think this is going to have the same cultural
especially
impact.
After finishing the story. Like, I would encourage you, Chris, if you're not going to play the game, I would encourage you to at least watch through the rest of the story, because I would actually love to talk to you about it, because I have fucking thoughts about that story. But like, after playing through, I just don't see it, like I see, and I know we had talked about this on the Discord a little bit, and just to, kind of rehash that, and again, encourage people to jump into our Discord if you're not a part of it, and, be a part of the conversation away from the conversation. When I see people giving Mina the Hollower 10 out of 10, I find that just insane. And I know reviews are subjective and all of those things. I do understand all that. But I do feel like that there is a certain level of integrity that you should have as you were writing these things. And I just don't see how you can recommend things that strongly when they are very clearly issues. And what's really soured me on that sort of point is that there has been a lot of discussion online about the difficulty of Mina the Hollower, about the fact that if you turn on certain modifiers that the game allows you to turn on, these are not cheats or codes that you have to look up, they're in the fucking pause menu. Like, if you turn these on, it disables trophies. I don't give a fuck about trophies. Could not care any less. I'm not playing any game to prove anything to the game, to anybody else, whatever. But there has now grown a discussion around Mina the Hollower of people legitimately being like, I was so excited for this game, and it is so brutally hard that I'm just not enjoying it. And a bunch of the get good, you suck at video games bros are just like coming out of the woodwork. And it's just, there's a really interesting discourse around this game that I don't really love, because it's very gatekeepy, and I'm not a huge fan of that in general. And I think it's a shame, because I do think there's a much better game here than what we ultimately got, would be my take. But I still think everybody should give it a shot. It's $20. And it has the modifiers. You literally can put yourself into God mode right from jump. And that's fine. Play it the way you want to play it.
Yeah.
Trophies are dumb.
And, I did enjoy it for a minute, but maybe it's just because I'm so tired at the end of the day. But I just wasn't having a ton of fun with it, so I decided to stop.
Yeah.
What else you got before I fall asleep?
That's it. Fuck you.
Fair enough.
Go to bed, you prick.
Well then, I guess that's it for us. That is all we have for you today. Join us next time when we board the SAG Cartoon Express for an episode of Captain and the Game Master, Season 2, Episode 6, The Lost City of Congoland. Should be a real barn burner.
Should be.
Who doesn't love burning barns? Anywho,
I fucking love a burned barn.
We are on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes. You'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. If you'd like to get early access to this show's episodes, as well as a bevy of other shows on the Geekade Podcast Network, check out our Patreon, also linked to in the show notes. helps keep the show running week after week, and all our patrons are loved and appreciated. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by banjo guy Ollie. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. Finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making the show listenable for all you folks. I'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That is it. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.